Alright guys, let's get right into it. You're here because you saw the title of the video and it intrigued you. So what I'd like to do is talk about a few things that I think will be helpful to you guys. And so the main topic for today is obviously the sacrifices that I made to become a trader. By the way, I'm in my living room right now. I recently moved. This is my new living room. So yeah, welcome. Let me know what you guys think about the vibes. Anyways, everyone wants the rewards of trading, but nobody talks about the sacrifices that it takes to get where you want to be and to get where you're seeing that you may think, that's what I want. I would say the first sacrifice that I had to make is my time and my social life. Again, if you guys have watched my other videos, I talk a little bit about how I started trading, when I started trading, where I was in my life when I started trading. But just quick recap, I was living in Orlando actually when I found out about trading, when it was introduced to me. And um, just to stay on topic, pretty much once I got into trading and I really got into it, I sacrificed a lot of my time. I watched all the videos that I could find in regards to trading. Um, I had multiple mentors. I bought multiple courses. Not saying that you guys need to do that. And again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just letting you know what I did. And truthfully, I dived into it. YouTube University for the win. I watched all the videos I possibly could. I signed up to multiple group chats, to multiple mentorships. Um, just all kinds of stuff, man. I was immersed in the space and I started networking with other people that were in it and all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, I sacrificed a lot of time. I sacrificed my social life. I wasn't going to parties. I wasn't going out. I wasn't hanging out with friends much. I was waking up super early. I was up super late on the charts, super early on the charts. I was giving it a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of weeks, a lot of months. Now, at this point, a lot of years, you know? Um, but yeah, like people my age at the time were just out having fun, working whatever jobs they were doing, whatever. I was locked in. I was learning the charts. I was learning everything there was to know about trading. I was blowing accounts, and I was learning, you know, and I never gave up. I just kept going. Um, I'd say another thing that I sacrifice, is money and comfort. I would say, you know, I had to work a lot of jobs to fund accounts. I had to lose money in the beginning. You understand? And I want to be honest with you guys. I want to be transparent. Like, I wasn't profitable in trading until at least a bare minimum of 2 years into it. I want to say like 2.5 to 3 years into it, truly. And I was winning trades. Not that I wasn't winning trades, but I didn't fully have my system in place and my discipline and my risk management. So yeah, I was having great winning days, but I was losing money too, just as fast as I was making it. So it was very frustrating to put in that much time, put in that much work, and go so back and forth. One day you're up, one day you're back down, and it's a mess. But that's the reality of learning to trade. You are gonna blow accounts. You guys hear me say this all the time. Don't be delusional. Don't think you're gonna get rich quick. Don't think you're gonna make $1 million overnight. Be prepared to take losses. Losses are inevitable when it comes to trading. So that's why I preach risk management and back testing and doing everything you can to give yourself an edge in the market. Another sacrifice I would say, um, my mentality, the emotional stress and strain that it had on me. Sleepless nights, just up, learning, trading, losing, winning, you know, um, constant self doubt, like, am I really able to do this? Like, are these people online better than me? Or is it fake? Like, the stuff they're showing, is it not real? Like, is it actually achievable? You understand? Like, you start to question yourself. I mean, at least I know I did, you know. And then you're dealing with family and friends that's not understanding your vision. They're not understanding what it is you're doing. You know, you sound crazy to them, and you sound obsessive, and they're like, you know, what are you doing? Um, so trust me, guys. Like I understand. Like I've been there. You know, um, everybody goes through it. You know, and you have to bet on yourself, and you have to weed out the distractions. You have to weed out the negative energy, the doubters, and lock in on yourself. I also believe that like somebody who hasn't got the results that I'm looking to get can't tell me how to do what I'm doing. You understand? Like I think it makes the most sense to take advice from people that are in the position you want to be in. um, I also wanted to talk about how I sacrificed stability. You know, at the time I was moving around, I was, you know, living somewhere different every year with different friends in a different house or apartment, constantly just trying to figure it out. I was hustling, I was doing all these things that I was doing, whatever, you know, still working in the studios, still doing all these things on the side. And, you know, I had no guaranteed paycheck. So I always chose risk over a safe job or over the safe path. And it's not that I love the risk, it's more so that I love the freedom that comes with it. You understand? So I really prefer the freedom to do what I want when I want. And that's what comes with this lifestyle versus me having, you know, a full time job that I'm working and I'm not able to really live and enjoy life for what it is. And I think we're in a time where, you know, we have all these opportunities to do so. And that's what I wanted for myself. But I do truly understand the uncertainty of like, you know, will trading work out? So, you know, that's something I wanted to touch on. But I do want to say, guys, it was well worth it. If you ever feel like giving up on trading, don't give up. You know, don't give up. You're almost there. You have to keep going. I would say the sacrifices I've made led to freedom. Now, I'm not comfortable. I don't make how much money I want to make yet. I haven't reached the goals that I have set out for myself. But I also haven't had a job in at least, 5 years. I pay all my bills off of trading, music, and video. Um, and as you guys know, I do luxury rentals as well. But like I'm free and I love the freedom, you know, like it gives me control over my time, gives me control over my money, control over my lifestyle. And I wouldn't trade that for anything, you know, and I'm going to keep pushing. And that's what me documenting my journey is for you guys to see me grow, to see me make more money, to see me achieve more of my own goals and inspire you, and we can grow together. And that's what it's all about. There's enough for all of us to go around. So like let's lock in, guys, you know. um I gave up comfort for a while, you know, so I could live with freedom later. And I would still say, as much as I feel free as far as what I'm explaining to you guys, like I don't have a job, I could go do whatever I want whenever I want, all these things, it's not like I'm super rich and I've made all this money trading yet. I'm still working to get where I want to go. You understand? But I'm making money consistently. I'm able to maintain this lifestyle and continue to grow from here. And I think that's what it's all about. So just to clarify, when I'm saying I gave up comfort so I could live with freedom later, I'm still uncomfortable. I still have a lot of bills. I still live an uncertain lifestyle where I don't know for sure that I have money guaranteed. You understand? I have to work for it. I have to take risk for it. But that risk, that's the sacrifice that I'm making to live the life that I want. So, you know, if you want to be a trader, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be a trader or you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to understand these concepts. You have to understand this mentality. And the sacrifices are real, and you have to understand the rewards are even realer. So most people are not willing to pay the price, and that's why they don't make it. Most people aren't willing to put into work. Most people have to be forced to work, but you have to like essentially force me to not work. So it's pretty easy for me to outwork you. You understand? Like, and there's still other people that are outworking me that I'm trying to catch up to, and not like I'm in competition with them, but like meaning like they're inspiring me to go harder, to make myself do better. The same way I hope I could do for you guys. So with that being said, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, let me know what you thought about this video. I hope there was some helpful insight there, and stay tuned. I got a lot of videos coming soon. You could drop a comment, let me know what kind of content you want to see from me, and from here on out we'll keep going. So with that being said, also if you haven't joined the VIP trading group, go ahead and join. I'm trading live in there all the time. I'm sending my trades that I'm taking. I'm sending live updates. You have a community of people to interact with, so it's pretty dope. Again, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing. So, that's all. But appreciate you guys for watching. Peace.